Yeah, so I'm not a person who really believes in unboxing videos or reviews where somebody just cracks something open and tells you it's good. I talked to GFC about reviewing the Turbo Nap. I knew I'd have to get it and then actually use it for a while before I actually made a decision on it. And when I got it, right away it was clear it's the usual very high quality materials. The foam was basically exactly as described, like 2 layers, one thicker than the other, one firmer than the other. The packaging was great. The covers were nested inside each other, which made it, pretty straightforward. You can see here I'm pulling my old covers off of the old cushions. It was kind of funny actually, even pulling these flannel covers off the old cushions, I could immediately feel just how much harder the old 600D Cordura was. So the install process is pretty straightforward, right? You pull out the old foam and the old piece of plascore from inside of the assembly, and you're going to reuse that for the new assembly. The new covers are made really well. Everything fits really nice. The corners are sharp, zippers are smooth. It's just great stuff. And the only thing you got to watch out for when you put the new foam in, 1-inch side of the foam, the firmer portion of the foam, ends up on the bottom toward the hard panel. You zip it shut, and that's it. This was my first moment actually resting on the new mattress, and I have to say I was already pretty excited when I did. Now GFC has some pretty great instructions on how to throw this all together, so I'm not going to waste your time showing me putting the foam into every one of these. Instead, I'm going to cut from the narration here for a minute and just give you some first-hand, first-time experience, and then we'll go out and do some real-world testing with this thing. Something I was concerned about was like how well would it fit with all the new materials, all the new foam, all the new everything. How well is it going to fit in there? And as you can see, I mean, it's factory fit, right? It fits beautifully. And I was pretty jazzed when I laid on it the first time because it really is immediately different.
It's much better. There's a lot of give. Like, it really conforms to the body. Like I can feel being supported all the way across, which is nice. I mean, I can almost lay here without a pillow, which was definitely not the case with the old mattress. So I was somebody who didn't mind the old mattress, actually. I've always had very firm mattresses. It was never a problem for me to be on a hard surface. And let's be real, the old surface was pretty hard. But this is really a next level. Like for me, first of all, just the overall feel. I think I said this somewhere else, but when they said 4-way stretch spandex in the listing, I didn't expect like the density and the kind of toughness of this spandex. This is like, it does stretch 4 ways and it really lets the give of the foam help you. It's night and day. I mean, the old covers were kind of hard and they're sort of like boat furniture. And actually, let's grab the old covers. That's another thing that's interesting. It looks like they switched to a much finer tubular webbing, and it's just really soft and supple. Totally different than the hard nylon stuff on the old ones. But let's grab one of the old ones. They are slightly different colors. I don't feel like this video is representing the color very well at all. This Cordura or nylon, this heavy duty fabric on top, is just so much harder than this. I mean, sonically, you can hear it, right? This slaps. This slaps. And this does not slaps. The next thing is like, just look at how much, like I'm putting a pretty significant arm force, and there's kind of like a moment when this gives, like I push and then boom, it sinks. But with this, from the moment I start pushing, it's conforming to my hand. And it's, I mean, like I can put my arm or my back over this and it was supporting my entire back. Whereas with this one, there were definitely hot spots, right? Like my lower back or between my shoulders would be pretty stiff on this. And this, by the way, doesn't have the board in it, but it's still noticeably stiffer than the new, thicker mattress. And one of the big questions that I've wondered about quite a lot is like, well, is it going to change the way the camper closes? And how does the camper close with the Turbo Nap? So let's find out. All right. Yeah, there's definitely a different feel in closing. Like you can feel the foam compressing. But that was it.
So I was super excited, and the very first night I had it, I went down to Malibu, set it up in couch mode, and just watched the ocean. And man, it was a real improvement in comfort. I mean, I liked couch mode before, but now I really like it. Next thing I did was went out to a mountaintop with a close friend of mine. We set up on the Turbo Nap with a heated blanket, and actually slept through freezing weather. You can see frost on the grass there with the little dog running. And something that's kind of surprising to me about the Turbo Nap is that it feels a lot warmer than the old mattress, and I think the reason is that it conforms to your body. This was a night that I slept down in the San Diego area by the ocean. It was just me, the hover quilt, and the Turbo Nap, and I was so warm, it was just perfect. More recently, like over the holiday break, I went out to the desert, to the Mojave. It's getting down to 35, 40 at night, and I was warm and in good shape the whole time. I've really enjoyed this combination of a heated blanket on top of the Turbo Nap along with a hover quilt. I feel like this is kind of an ultimate bedding solution for me. It doesn't seem to matter how cold it gets, how much it frosts over. I'm just warm and comfortable in just about any environment. Now, if you're on the fence about buying a Turbo Nap, the first thing I would tell you is it is definitely a level up in comfort, and I personally could not go back to the V1 mattress. The second thing is, if GFC asked for my Turbo Nap back, I would buy another one with my own money today. The third thing is, I don't know about you, but I get some of my best sleep in life when I'm out camping. And this takes that great sleep and makes it better. And so I feel like that's money well spent. Now, absolutely, you could buy a third-party solution, a Hest or one of these. But if you end up not liking that, or not liking the way it works with your Transforma floor, or not liking the way your tent closes on it, or hassling with it, you're probably going to end up buying the Turbo Nap anyway. I feel like it's a great move to just buy the Turbo Nap up front. What's surprising about it versus all the other solutions is the way that spandex on top of it works with the foam. These are really thoughtful mattresses. All the pieces of them work together as a system. And that's really what brought me to GFC in the first place, and it's what keeps me excited about GFC's products. They're well thought out, minimalist, highly functional. Thanks for watching.